So let's solve this question from board exam 2020. The question is that a company with 500 shares of nominal value 120 rupees declares an annual dividend of 15%. So first we need to calculate the total amount of dividend paid by the company. We'll look at the other parts after a bit. So when we have to look at the total amount of dividend paid by the company, we can use the direct formula. The total dividend or the annual income is equal to the number of shares n multiplied by the rate of dividend multiplied by the nominal value of each share. The rate of dividend into nominal value of each share, that gives us the dividend from each share, and that if you multiply with number of shares, that's the total amount of dividend. So for the first part, the answer is total amount of dividend paid by the company is equal to the number of shares n into rate of dividend multiplied by nominal value of each share. The number of shares for the company, they're saying 500, so this is 500 into the rate of dividend is 15%, which is same as 15 by 100 multiplied by nominal value of one share, that is 120 rupees. So if we calculate this, we get rupees 9,000. There's the first part. Then for the second part, they're asking us calculate the annual income of Mr. Sharma, who holds 80 shares of the company. So again, calculating annual income is same as calculating total dividend. So it's the same formula, only we have to now change the number of shares from 500 to 80 and we will get the answer. So it's very easy. Annual income for Mr. Sharma is equal to number of shares 80 into 15% rate of dividend into nominal value is 120. So if we calculate this, it is 120 into 12, which is rupees 1,440. All right. Now there is the last part, which is asking if the return percent of Mr. Sharma from his shares is 10%, find the market value of each share. Now there are two ways of solving this. I will show both the ways. The normal method is that we apply the formula for return percent or rate of return. So we know that return percent is equal to my return or my income, my annual income over my investment, which is also the sum invested into 100. This is the definition of rate of return or return percent. So if I plug in the values, return percent given as 10%, income we have calculated 1440, and investment is same as sum invested, and that is equal to the number of shares into the market value, sum invested, right? Now let's assume that the market value for each share is X. So then the number of shares into market value, Mr. Sharma had 80 shares, 80 into market value will be 80x into 100. If we solve this equation, we will get X will be 1440 by 8, and if we calculate this, this is rupees 180. So 180 is the market value of each share. There is another direct way of calculating. Instead of using this formula, there is another formula saying that the rate of dividend into the nominal value of each share is equal to the return percent into market value of each share. This is a relation. we know three values and one is unknown. So market value of each share, let it be X. Then plug in all the other values. Rate of dividend was 15% and nominal value of each share was 120. So that is equal to return percent 10% into the market value X. So X will be equal to 15 into 120 by 10, and 15 into 12 is again 180.